And we are live once again. Hello and welcome to my Watchalong for the Formula 2 feature race this time. Formula 3 feature race was once again fucking great. So let's hope for another one here. Right now with the Formula 2 race, which is about to start in about 15 minutes time. Come on, F1 TV. It doesn't have the link up yet. Okay, well, anyway, let's look at the starting grid. By the way, I will say in regards to yesterday's sprint race, I had to end that stream early because I was falling asleep watching the race, which has nothing to do with the quality of the race. I was so tired. I had a headache at the time. I actually didn't sleep too well all week. And that caught up with me yesterday. Even though I thought I had a decent sleep from Friday to Saturday, I still woke up fairly early, and I was thinking, oh, it should be okay. It wasn't okay. That's the reason that I had to end that stream early. I needed to take a nap. I did see the end of the F2 race where Tsolov won, which is huge for him because, all of a sudden, he's the championship leader. He actually caught Mini. By the way, they are tied on points at the top. But Tsolov has more wins. Tsolov actually has 4 wins now. Hugely impressive. He won the feature race in Melbourne, the feature race in Monaco, the feature race in Austria last week, and now the sprint race in Silverstone. He's starting today in 5th. But yeah, he's really the driver in form at the moment. So huge in that regard. Anyway, what is interesting is the starting grid. Rafa Camara took pole ahead of Alex Dunne, Kush, Maini, and Roman Belinsky. And none of those are Nikola Tsolov or Gabriele Mini. Tsolov is starting in 5th, as I said. Now, from 5th, you can fight back, that's for sure. And I think Tsolov will be able to do that. Mini, on the other hand, is starting down in 10th, which is low for a championship leader. But, hey, I'm sure that he will be looking to fight back in this race. We'll see how he does with that. But yeah, there's a lot. There are a lot of storylines going on, I think, because of course, first of all, you have Tsolov and Mini tied on points for the championship lead, but they're starting down in 5th and 10th. Then we have the number 3 in the championship, Rafa Camara, starting right ahead of Alex Dunne, who's number 4 in the championship. And they are separated by 2 points. Sorry. Yeah. Talking, right? And the thing is, Camara is now 34 points behind the 2 in the lead. So even if Camara wins the race and Tsolov and Mini don't score points, Tsolov and Mini will stay ahead. So that gap is forming there, which is big. Because it's kind of funny how, last year, Tsolov and Camara were the 2 going for the F3 championship, and Camara at the end comfortably won that one with a full race weekend to go. And all of a sudden now, Tsolov seems to be the better driver between Tsolov and Camara. And of course, we still have Gabriele Mini in there. Mini is not in his first year in Formula 2. That's why I kind of am not looking as much as Mini as I am at Tsolov. Tsolov is a rookie in this field. And the fact that he is a rookie in this field and leading the championship, that's really something to note. So that is definitely the biggest thing to look at for this race. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Anyway, if you are watching this along with me, hello and welcome. Please leave a like on the stream if you're enjoying the content. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And note that I will go back 20 seconds into the broadcast. Let me do that right now. There you go. I always go back 20 seconds into the broadcast so that you can sync it up with me if you're watching this yourself. Of course, I'm not able to share any of this on the stream, but I can, you're watching this along with me, so you queue up your live stream, and I have the same in front of me, and you can just hear me, a fan of this, react to everything. I hope it's exciting. It is. Jeez, speak. I hope it is as exciting as the Formula 3 race earlier. The Formula 3 race was peak. It was awesome. If you haven't seen the Formula 3 race, you really should. Because if you're not watching Formula 3, you're missing out. By the way, the summer break is coming up, and I already have some plans for the summer break. During the summer break, I will release 3 videos, and 2 of them will be regarding the F2 season so far and the F3 season. Because let's be fair, the F3 season has been absolutely incredible, and I need to talk about everything that's happened. The F2 season might not be as incredible as the F3 season, but it's still hugely important in regards to Formula 1, because who is going to get a seat for next year? Out of the top drivers in Formula 2, you know that some of them will get into Formula 1. Is Tsolov going to be able to get a seat, considering that all the Red Bull drivers are doing a very good job? Like, first of all, you have Max, and that's done. Then you have Hadjar, and Hadjar actually seems to be the best teammate of Max that we've had since Ricciardo. So Hadjar is doing an incredible job. And then you have Racing Bulls. Both of them, Lawson and Lindblad, are doing a great job. So where is Tsolov going to go then if he is a Red Bull Junior? Or is he going to look at a different seat? I have no idea, but that's definitely something to look out for. Then you have Mini. Of course, Mini is already in his second year of Formula 2, so that is not as strong a case. But he's still up there. If he wins the championship, he definitely has a case. And, well, Alpine might want to look at their driver lineup. I'm not 100% sure on that, because I do think Gasly and Colapinto at times during this year have shown that they can do it. But also, there have been weekends where, especially Colapinto, was not as good. I think they will stick with Gasly probably, but Colapinto is someone that they could replace if they want to go for Mini. That's an option that they have. They have Camara. Camara is a Ferrari junior. He is probably going to look at a team like Haas. Haas, at the moment, is not happy with Ocon, it seems. Ocon is not happy with Haas. Maybe it's time for Ocon to just go. He's been in the sport for like 10 years at this point, and I don't think he's going forward. He's taking any steps forward. So in that case, it's probably the best for Camara to replace him there. That way, I think Haas has a good driver lineup in Camara and Ocon, Camara and Behrman at a team that is struggling at the moment. Haas is not doing too hot, and I do wonder if they're going to be able to turn that around before the end of the year, because they started the year pretty well, but then everyone else caught up, and right now it's kind of between the Haas and the Williams cars who get out of Q1, which is kind of crazy that we're at that point. Haas is not even getting into Q2 at all sometimes, and very often they struggle to get the cars out of Q1. So, like, I do think that they probably need someone like Camara, because it just seems that the relationship with Ocon is not good anymore. Anyway, then you have Alex Dunne, who is not a McLaren junior anymore. He used to be. And by the way, speaking of McLaren, that's also an interesting thing, because you have 2 great drivers with McLaren, Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris. And then you have the champion of last year, Leo Fornaroli, who is also a McLaren junior. And he's kind of like, can I get into F1? As long as he's a McLaren junior, there's no seat opening up for him. So these are all interesting prospects that I'm going to reflect on with like a separate video during the summer break. I'm going to take a look back at all the races that have happened so far. It's going to require a little bit of research, but luckily, the summer break allows that. But we're not at the summer break yet. We still have 4 weeks There are 3 more races, including today. So this week, there's, of course, this weekend we have races. Next week, there is a break. Then we have 2 more weekends, the 17th, 18th, and 19th of July, and the 24th, 25th, and 26th of July. First, we have Belgium, and then we have Hungary. And then we'll have the then we'll have the summer break. Anyway, hello, Rune. Can elaborate on Stenshorn? Is there a potential with him? Lately, he has not been doing so well. No, he hasn't been doing too hot. He okay, let's actually look. Stenshorn had a great weekend in Montreal where he scored points in good points in the sprint and he won the feature race. But then Barcelona, no points. Spielberg, no points. And Silverstone yesterday, no points. And where is he starting on the grid right now? Stenshorn. He's down in 17th. It's also not great. I got to say, I don't really follow what's going on with each driver. So a drop in form, I got to say, I don't know what's happening with him. But yeah, especially after he won the feature race in Canada, you would think that he would be a driver to watch, and he has just dropped like a stone ever since. I mean, Monaco, he got some points in both the sprint and the feature race, but that's about it ever since. By the way, my intro has started. So I'm seeing the AIX drivers. This is from Amersfoort, Trident, and I think that's it. The stars of tomorrow, and then we're going to see highlights for the sprint race. You're welcome. I mean, I don't know how much I really elaborated on it, but it's always interesting to see drivers throughout a Formula 2 season, because another driver who also started the season very well was the Dutch driver Laurens van Hoepen. And he also dropped back quite a lot. In the first couple of races, he did well, scoring good points in Australia and Miami. He did well in the sprint race. But ever since, he's not been too good either. And I remember him being in the top 3 of the championship, and then just there's this drop. And it's kind of difficult to really pinpoint why that is happening. Again, like, I don't necessarily follow the exact behind the scenes of what is happening with drivers. Why? Like, is it a mental issue? Is it a team issue? It's difficult to say, because what I also find interesting, Camara last year won the Formula 3 championship quite convincingly, and ahead of Tsolov. And this year, both go into Formula 2, and now Tsolov is quite comfortably ahead of Camara between those two. So all of a sudden, that has flipped round compared to last year. Now, why is that? No idea. It's fascinating to watch. It's fascinating to see what's happening. Oh, I see a grid slot missing. Who is that? The 17. Oh, that is Stenshorn. Stenshorn has broken down. His engine seems to have blown up on the reconnaissance lap to the grid, and that car is not going anywhere. So this is a car issue for Stenshorn. That's just also very bad luck, I feel. But damn. Well, that is already more drama to the Stenshorn story. Oh boy. Let's see. So the top 2 are starting on the soft tire, as far as I can see. Both Kamara and Dunne. This is going to be interesting with strategy, because, of course, with Formula 2, we do have a pit stop. You have to change your tires from soft to hard or hard to soft, regardless of what you want to choose. But you do have to use both compounds in a dry race. Anyway, we have the grid. Van Hoepen in 20th. Remember that I said Van Hoepen started the season well? He's down in 20th. Then, yeah, I mean, Stenshorn is not on the grid, so you can leave this out. Number 17. His car blew up. Leon and Herta, 15th and 16th. By the way, I should say 16th and 15th. Montoya Goethe, 14th and 13th. Boya in 12th, Beganovic in 11th. Mini in 10th, Miata in 9th. Dia Gomez in 8th, Dirksen in 7th. Peter in 6th, Tsolov in 5th. Tsolov is the one to watch this race. He will be in the Red Bull livery colors. Belinsky in 4th, Maini in 3rd. Dunne in 2nd, and Camara in 1st, aka pole position. That is your starting grid. The grid is clear. We have one red light. We're about to start the formation lap. Let's have a good one. Let's have a good race. I think it could be a really fun one. Formation lap has started. So, as the formation lap is going, hello and welcome to everyone who's watching. Please leave a like on the video. It helps my stream. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I do these watch-alongs for Formula 2, 3, and of course Formula 1 all the time, every race weekend, at least as much as I can, if my own schedule doesn't conflict with it. Please sound off in the chat if you're here. You can say hello. You can ask a question. And let's have a good Formula 2 feature race. Right, interview with Camara, our pole sitter. Let's see what he has to say. Yeah, Camara, just like Teofil now in Formula 3, and maybe also to an extent George Russell in Formula 1, he has more poles than wins this season. The fact that, you're getting pole positions shows that you're kind of a Mr. Saturday and not so much the Mr. Sunday where, that's where you score the points. So Camara needs to lock in and needs to win this race to get back into this championship, because right now he is 34 points behind. Even if he wins and his competition doesn't score any points, he still oh no, 32 points. I forgot the 2 points for pole position that he's getting. But even if he wins, he gets up to 109, and that will not pass the 116 of Tsolov and Mini. So Camara needs to score big points here. By the way, so far I haven't really seen people on hard tires, though towards the back. More people on the hards towards the back of the grid. But at the front, everyone has started on the softs. It's going to be interesting to see the alternative strategy play out. But yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, then Dirksen in 7th place. Dirksen is the first car on the hard tires, and the car behind him, I think that's Villa Gomez, is also on hards. So that's going to be one to look out for. Interesting how Invicta has split the strategies, because the one Invicta is Camara and the other one is Dirksen. Camara is on softs, Dirksen is on hards. That is interesting to see. Oh my God, Dunne is very much pointing towards Camara. Ooh, Dunne is up for it. All right. They are all rolling into the grid slots right now. The two AIX cars rounding the final corner, slotting into place. We have green flag at the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. Nope. Let's see. Mini has a great start. Oh, Oh, that's Maini, and Camara has lost 3 places instantly at the start. What a terrible start. And Tsolov is into second. See what I said? That Tsolov is the one to watch. Tsolov is in second place. Now Camara does get back up to third, but Tsolov started fifth. Camara started first, and Tsolov is ahead of Camara after 3 corners. Oh my god! And Kush Maini leads. What a start from Maini. Jesus Christ. So yeah, Tsolov with a great start into second. Maini with a great start into first. Kamara with a terrible start. Dunne is claiming that Kamara has to give a place back. Belinsky is fighting with Interpufisak. It's not going to happen right now into Magnus and Beckett. No way that you're going to be able to pass him there. Yeah, Dunne also a bad start. Dropped down to fourth. Maini has a huge gap already to Tsolov. That will not be DRS for Tsolov on this lap. Oh, Montoya was looking at Mini. Still looking at Mini. Consider giving the position back to Dunne is being told to Camara. Camara will have to probably give the position back. Did he do that? I'm not sure if he did. We're not seeing it. No, he hasn't yet. Oh boy. Okay, interesting. The team has told Kamara to give the position back to Dunne, and Kamara has not done so. That's a choice. That is a choice. Seriously, Kamara, you are. Tell me what you guys want to do. It's safer to give it back. Yeah, give it back. So actually, Villa Gomez got Dirksen on the start. Dirksen was the one starting ahead, but Villa Gomez is now the lead driver on the hard tires, which is interesting to note in regards to the strategy later. So on the hard tires, we have Villa Gomez, Dirksen, and Mini. Mini dropped down 2 places to 12th, which is not the worst thing considering that he was starting on hards. And he probably got overtaken by people starting on softs. Now Kamara gives the position back to Dunne. By the way, I do think this was not the worst thing for Kamara because this doesn't allow Dunne to have DRS to Tsolov. Tsolov doesn't have DRS to Maini. So Tsolov will be just, in his on his own, but Kamara will have DRS to Dunne, and Dunne will not have it to Tsolov. So Kamara can just overtake Dunne with the DRS on the Wellington straight. He's pretty close, I'd say, 0.6 of a second. Interproof that close behind Kamara. Belinsky close behind. Villa Gomez is on the cusp of DRS. He's actually out of DRS right now. Let's see if he got it. So yeah, Kamara has it. Interproof has it. Belinsky has it. Yeah, Villa Gomez did not have DRS there. That's interesting to know that Villa Gomez will also be leading a train with Dirksen, Miata, Viganovic, Barone, etc. But what a start from Maini. Maini is flying right now. Fastest lap 144.0. Maini is loving this at the moment. See, Verona is looking at Boganovic. Can't make it happen in Cup's corner. Maini clear out front. Tsolov clear in second. And Dunne and Kamara are close. Kamara's not making it happen just yet. Oh, Beganovic went off the track there. You shouldn't do that too often. At one point, you're going to get penalized. So we're on board with Camara, who's still chasing Dunne. Let's see. Further back, we have Leon, Goethe, Boya, Bennett, and Shields also on the hard. And of course, Tenshon is not a part of this race anymore because he never was a part of this race in the first place because his engine blew up on the reconnaissance lap. Yeah, Tsolov, great start. Maini, great start. Camara, terrible start. Then Camara is fighting here with, I think that's Belinsky. Then Camara goes to the outside of Dunne. And Camara overtakes Dunne off track, and that's the reason that he wanted to, that he kind of needed to give that position back. But yeah, Tsolov, great start. Already gets Belinsky, then gets the pair of Dunne and Camara, and then it's just in second. See, Tsolov is the driver in form. And even if Tsolov comes in second behind Maini, Maini is not a thing in the championship, so it's fine for him. Tsolov will just extend his lead out front because Maini is down in eighth in the championship. Like, that doesn't matter. That's not a concern for him. Interpuvsak is actually having a good race. Like, it was a good overtake from him on Belinsky. He's in fifth place, right behind Camara. Let's see. Villagomez got Belinsky. Belinsky is dropping back now. Camara is saying that we should stop as early as possible. They agree. So that means that they will stop after the next lap because you need to wait for 6 laps until you can make your pit stop. So Camara will stop after the next lap, I feel. He just wants to get rid of that soft tire as quickly as possible. He wants a fresh set of hards. And then he'll also be in a little bit of space so that he can just drive on his own with a little bit of free air, which, yeah, clean air is king, as a lot of drivers say in regards to Formula 1, 2, and 3. Dirksen also got past Belinsky. Belinsky is really dropping back. And is it already at the point that the hard tire is getting better? Because here comes Villagomez on Interpuvisak, and that was also pretty easy. Villagomez up to fifth. That hard tire is working a lot better. Already 5 laps in. We're only 5 laps into this race. So it's crazy that it's already working so much better, that hard tire. So lap 6 has started, and this is the reason. This is the moment that the pit window opens. So after this lap, Camara will definitely come in, according to the team radio. I wonder if anyone else is going to follow, but Camara will definitely come in after this lap. Box for Maini as well. Maini is going to come in. Oh, this is going to be a lot of early pit stops. So Dirksen passes into Puvacek. There you go. And Villagomez breezes by Camara. It shows that hard tire is working right now. Damn. That's crazy how quickly that happened. By the way, Tsolov has caught up to Maini. Tsolov is only 0.4 behind Maini. That is really close. Dunne is also being called in. Oh, this is going to be a lot. I wonder if Tsolov might consider going one more lap. No, Tsolov is also... Wow, the entire top 5 is coming in, with the exception of Villagomez. Yeah, Dirksen also goes back to teammate on the hard tire, no question. Okay, Maini, Tsolov, Dunne, Camara, all coming in. See, Maini keeps ahead of Tsolov, but this will be a battle of the pit crews. This is going to be ART versus Campos. They're both coming in, Maini and Tsolov. Who can get the better pit stop? Villagomez, of course, continues. Dirksen continues. But Dunne comes in, Camara comes in, and this will be the battle of the pit crews between ART, Campos, Rodin, Invicta. Seems like a fine stop for Maini. Oh, they're almost caught Camara there. Camara's pit stop here. Tsolov is behind Maini. That stays the same. So Maini, Tsolov. Then we have a bit of a gap to Dunne and Camara. Dunne is still ahead of Camara. So in that regard, that hasn't changed. The drivers who came in are in the same order as they were. Okay, they're telling Villagomez that Dirksen doesn't have the DRS and it can only look forward, and that this is the time to just enjoy himself. Because yeah, Villagomez has clean air, and he will be able to go for like 20 laps from now. Okay, maybe not 20, but at least 15 laps. It's a very comfortable, margin in that regard. Let's see. Someone else was being called in. By the way, besides Maini, Tsolov, Dunne, and Camara, we also saw in Miata, Belinsky, Varone, Montoya, and Fittipaldi, I think. Tsolov is close to Maini. This is effectively for the lead. Tsolov is still behind. Tsolov is looking to the outside. Maini goes defensive. Interproefzaak, Boganovic, Herta, Van Hoepen all come in. Yeah, the top 8 is yet to pit. And probably are all in the hard tire. I'm not 100% sure on that. Because if you're still on the soft right now, I think that's not smart. All right, onto the Wellington Straight. Tsolov is right behind Maini, 0.4 of a second. DRS wide open. Tsolov is looking towards the inside. He can't make it happen just yet. They go into Brooklands Luffield. Yeah, no, bit of a wider line for Tsolov there. Interesting. Seems that Tsolov actually lost some time by going wide. Maybe he was a bit too aggressive with his move, and honestly, I don't think he really needed to be that aggressive there. But especially because it's only lap 8 of 29. There are a lot of laps you have left to go, and you only just started with this hard tire. You might not want to push it this hard this early. So yeah, Tsolov is lucky that he didn't lose DRS, because he definitely lost a couple of tenths with an attack that was never really on, if I'm being quite honest. Oh. But by the way, Tsolov is clear of Dunne. That's 6.6 seconds. Of course, Camara is still within range of Dunne. Then the gap to Interproefzaak is another 5 seconds. So it seems that the gaps are forming for the lead. Unless something crazy happens, it's going to be between Maini and Tsolov for the lead. Just for information, Dunne is on 3 track limit strikes already. Okay. That is, that was the next battle that was going to address Dunne versus Camara. because Camara is right behind, and if Dunne is doing track limits, he needs to be careful, and that might be beneficial for Camara then, because that's effectively for podium position as it's looking. So the top 8 has not stopped because they are on a different strategy. So you need to look at Maini for the lead as of right now. I do wonder, by the time that Villa Gomez pits, how is that going to work out? Because Silverstone is a track where you can overtake. It's not the easiest, but you can still overtake, especially with Formula 3 cars, by the way. In regards, like, if it was Formula 1, that would be more difficult. But if it's a Formula 3 car later in the race, a Formula 2 car, why am I saying F3? Formula 2 later in the race with soft tires, yeah, that could be something. See how that goes. By the time that we get to it, Belinsky close to Interpuvsak here. Belinsky goes to the inside of Interpuvsak and takes the place. That's effectively 5th in this race. Well done, Belinsky. Ericsson is just dropping back from Villa Gomez, 3.3 seconds. Villa Gomez is doing really well out front. Honestly, Villa Gomez could be a threat for at least the podium towards the later stages of this race. That will definitely be something to look for. Also, if there is potentially a safety car, that would really help him, you know. And I don't mean a virtual safety car. A virtual safety car fucks it up completely, but an actual safety car, yeah. So let's see. The gap from Maini, Villa Gomez to Maini at the moment is 25.9 seconds. So if Villa Gomez was to pit now, he would definitely come in behind Maini. But the question now is like, how will that gap stabilize? Also, Tsolov has dropped out of the DRS at the moment. Yeah, so the question essentially is, when would a safety car be beneficial for the people who started on hards? Because if there's a safety car within the next 5 laps, you wouldn't want to pit onto the softs already. But on the flip side, if you don't, like, you lose all that time to the cars behind. So that's kind of fucked. That's tricky. So a safety car within the next 5 laps sucks. But especially when we get towards lap like 20, that's definitely when a safety car would be very helpful. So the question just is anyone going to cause a safety car anytime soon? Because if someone causes a safety car, that will be massively beneficial for the people who have pitted. And that fucks over Villa Gomez's race. But hey, these are the risks that you take when it comes to Being on the ultimate strategy, you essentially hope for a late safety car. And in regards to Formula 2, that has definitely happened, late safety cars. So it's not unheard of. It's not impossible for that to happen. By the way, where is Via Gomez in the driver's standings? He is, I don't even see him. Oh my God, he's 19th. That's crazy. Via Gomez has scored no points up until last weekend in Austria, where he scored 6 points. And then also yesterday in the sprint around Silverstone, he scored another 6 points. So both, like, finally he got some form, but he's still down in 19th in the championship. So this would be big. Actually, okay, Villa Gomez, if he is to, let's say, grab a third place, he would go to 27, get him up to 13th place in the championship. What's crazy is that out of all the drivers in the championship, everyone has scored at least 10 points. Like, even the last three drivers, Boya, Fittipaldi, and Shields, have scored 10 points throughout. That again indicates how competitive this series is. That, you know, if there's just a weekend where it clicks for you, where you are on a, like, you're driving around a track that you like, and it just works. Shows the competitiveness of Formula 2. That's why I love it. Very competitive. Like, it's completely unlike Formula 1, where it's like, oh, it's very clear that the bottom teams are Aston Martin, Cadillac. Then it's like Williams and Haas. Then it's like Audi, Alpine, and then you have Racing Bulls in between, everyone below, and the top four teams. And then the top four teams, you have McLaren, Red Bull, and then the top two is pretty much Ferrari and Mercedes, and very much also track dependent. But in regards to Formula 2, fuck knows. Anyone can win at any point, which is what's great about it. You never know. Like, Formula 2 in that regard is so unpredictable. Formula 3 even more so. This is the reason that it's so much fun to watch. At any point, any driver can score points, can be competitive. Anyway, there's a little bit of a lull in the race, so I'm just going to say hello and welcome to everyone watching my watch along right now. If you're watching me right now, please leave a like on the video because you're watching my content. That means you like it, right? It takes you 2 seconds, helps me out a lot. If you also are watching and you're not subscribed, why are you not subscribed? You're watching my content, right? Please subscribe to the channel. I do these watch alongs every weekend that there is something to watch along with. Formula 2, Formula 3, I'm here for you. Of course, yesterday I did have to cut the stream short because I was falling asleep in my chair. I had a very tough week in terms of sleep, but I'm here now. I'm here now, and I actually watched half of the race yesterday, and I'm here now watching this race. We are on lap 14 of 29. Of course, the top 8 hasn't stopped yet because they're on the ultimate strategy. They're on the hard tires. Everyone else has stopped because they started on the softs. They have switched to the hards. Here we have Villa Gomez, who's pretty comfortable in the lead, it seems. He is, okay, so they're comparing him to Dunne. He is 31.7 seconds ahead of Dunne, and that's essentially where he's going to emerge, which, by the way, that would be for the podium positions. So Villa Gomez is driving a great race here. That's very interesting. Again, Villa Gomez is down in 19th in the championship. He hasn't really scored points in most of the races this year. But hey, all of a sudden he came alive last weekend and this weekend. It seems that he has something. Good on him. Good on Villa Gomez. I'm just curious about who this guy really is now. Rafael Villa Gomez. There you are. Driving for Phenomenal Sports. Mexican. Oh, he is not. He's not the youngest anymore. He's actually already 24. He's not the youngest anymore. He was, yeah, last year he was already racing in Formula And he's been racing in Formula 2 for 2 years. Okay, that makes me a lot less excited because this is already his third year and only now he's unlocking something. That's too convincing. This is a close battle, actually, entre Pufasek, Barone, Miata, Montoya. No, wait. No, Miata, Montoya, Beganovic, Herta, and Van Hoopen. In fairness, they're only following this because it's literally the only thing going on. For what position is this? Oh, right, 16th. Why are we following the battle for 16th? Oh, right, because nothing else is going on. By the way, Maini is past Shield, so Maini has caught up with the last of the people on Hearts who started on Hearts. Tsolov is going to be the next one, but it is interesting how there now is a car between Maini and Tsolov. This does show. I was thinking that Tsolov could attack Maini, but he's not doing that as of right now. See, Tsolov goes past Shields. That was pretty easy. By the way, the Lando Norris grandstand is already filled up quite nicely, and it's still quite early. So a lot of people coming out to watch the Formula 2 race here. That's cool. Oh yeah, and back to the battle for 16th place, guys. This is a bit of a lull in the race. We have to wait for it, but I think that this race is going to be extremely exciting in the final 5 laps when all of the others who started on the hards have pitted to the softs because all of a sudden they will have a lot of pace. That's going to be exciting. But we do have to wait for probably the last 5 laps, so that's another 8 from now. We're on lap 16 of the Formula 2 feature race. Ria Gomez is leading by 6.3 seconds. He has really put a lot on Dirksen here. Mini is not too far off Dirksen, but not close enough for DRS. Leon is on the cusp of DRS to Mini. Then there's a big gap between Leon and Boya. There's roughly 8 seconds to Boya. And Goethe is kind of within a second. Yeah, Goethe is a second behind Boya. Bennett is a second behind Goethe. And then we have Maini. So Maini at the moment is 5 seconds behind Bennett. And the question is, how quickly is Maini going to catch up to Bennett here? I will say, though, Maini has not really cut the gap too much to Villa Gomez because the gap was 26 seconds, now 24.0. Montoya seems to have an issue. Montoya is retiring from the race. Oh, if we get a safety car here. Oh, if Montoya causes a safety car, that could be huge for the ultimate strategy. It is a bit. It will be a bit of a lengthy stint on the soft tires. But what happened with Montoya? He just all of a sudden, out of maggots, just pulls to the left. That's weird. That's fascinating to see. Montoya is continuing, but I do think he's probably going to come into the pits to retire. I would love. Yeah, he's into the pits. Okay. There was no safety car. Kind of unfortunate, but hey, what are you going to do, right? It would have been so interesting to have a safety car right at this point because it would really make for an interesting call for the people who are yet to pit. Because if you pit now, it will slightly be too early. But on the flip side, you do win a lot of time if there is a safety car. But yeah, Montoya is retiring from the race. He is the first retirement during the race because Stenshorn already retired before the race. Oh, there we have his dad coming to see his son. Hey, son, what happened with you? Broken rear suspension. So he's claiming that Boya hit him on the second lap. That's interesting that, this happened on lap 2, and he was able to continue for 15 more laps before he's actually retiring. Okay, that's happening, I suppose. All right. So the question is, when are these drivers on the alternate strategy going to come in? When lap 18. I think somewhere within the next 5 laps, we could already see them in. Like someone might just gamble to go early because you have nothing to lose. Like Shields could just come in and he has nothing to lose. Let's be fair, but we'll see. So yeah, this is again Beganovic versus Miata for 16th place because it's literally the only thing happening. Let's see. By the way, Maini is now has actually lost a little bit of time since the last time I checked. Last time I checked, the gap was 24.7. Now it's 25.0. Maini is losing a little bit of time compared to Villa Gomez. It's interesting. Let's see. Actually, Tsolov right now is within the DRS of Maini again, so he is starting to get back up there. Yeah, Montoya is out of the car. That ain't happening. So let's see. Oh yeah, that is a little bit of a tap between Boya and Montoya. Oh, right. The Prema teammates, they rhyme. I love it. Boya Montoya. But hey, but yeah, here we go. Tsolov has caught back up to the back of Maini. He is within half a second. All of a sudden, it seems that Tsolov has just been biding his time, saving his tires a little bit. And here we go. Let's see if we can get past him. All right, onto the Wellington straight. Little bit of a moment for Maini. Tsolov is 0.4 of a second behind. DRS is going to open up. And let's see, does Maini go defensive? Tsolov does look towards the inside, but can't make it happen just yet. Gap is 0.2. Close, but not yet. Tsolov 0.3. This is close. All right, let's see. Into Maggots and Beckett. Tsolov has to stick with him here. Gap is still 0.4 now, 0.3. Coming down a little. Tsolov does seem to have a better combination of corners there. DRS open onto the hanger straight. Maini goes defensive towards the inside. Tsolov goes towards the outside. They're side by side. Can make it happen. That's going to be tricky. Tsolov looks again to the inside. That's no, not yet. But Tsolov is definitely looking. Lap 20 now. 9 more laps, actually 10 more laps to go, including this one. Oh yeah, of course. As long as Tsolov and Maini are battling, this kind of helps Villa Gomez. Tsolov towards the outside of Maini. No, thinks better of it. Tries to cut back here, but no. Tsolov, it's not going to happen around the outside. Don't try around the outside. You need to have the inside. Tsolov is biding his time. Maini already goes defensive into Cops. Cops, around the outside of Cops! Around the outside of Cops! Oh, God! Did he do it? Did he do it? Oh, God, they're still side by side. It's a Beckett. Oh, my God, they're leaving each other racing room, but Tsolov has taken the lead. Oh, my God. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Well done, Tsolov. Well done, Tsolov. What a fucking move. Oh my god. Around the outside of cuffs and then into nuggets and buckets. You don't see moves like that. See, this is why Tsolov is the driver to watch. Oh, that was exciting. They lost a lot of time. They lost a lot of time fighting. The gap was 25 seconds. It's now 27 seconds. They lost 2 seconds to Villa Gomez with this muscle. Oh, that was exciting. Whew. Oh, well done, Tsolov. Jeez. Yeah, and actually, already Tsolov is clear of Maini. Maini does not have DRS anymore. So that was definitely a move that he was just waiting for it to happen. But the issue now is Tsolov is 27.7 seconds behind Villa Gomez, who's yet to pit. And will pit in the next 3 laps, I think. And then Villa Gomez will be on a fresh set of soft tires, hunting them down. The question is, where is Villa Gomez going to emerge? He will emerge behind Tsolov and Mini, but will he emerge behind Dunne? If he emerges behind Dunne, then he has 3 cars to pass for the lead. Otherwise, only 2. There is a significant difference in that regard. So we'll see how that goes. So if I don't know exactly if I said that Tsolov took the lead. He took the virtual lead. Of course, he's in 8th place, but he's the car in the lead of the cars who pitted. That's why that's big. All right, Bennett is the first one to pit off the hard starting tires, which is yeah, Bennett was the penultimate car. He doesn't have much to lose. Might as well just pit now and see how long those soft will last. Try and undercut on the rest. Oh, Beganovic around the outside. You can't overtake off the track. So Beganovic, you need to at least let Miata go. Also, this is still for 16th position as of right now. Oh, Herta is with Beganovic right now. Herta tries the inside, can't make it happen because Beganovic went defensive. So Bennett emerges right behind Herta here. Or no, wait, behind his teammate, Van Hoeken. I was a little confused. Yeah, Bennett is only 4 seconds behind Van Hoeken on a fresh set of softs. Is Bennett now able to do something in the final couple of laps? You know, this entire tussle between Janovic and Miata and Herta might not matter if Bennett is like, okay, I have fresh tires. Is there something with Bennett's pit stop? A little bit, yeah. Oh, yeah, it was slow. Yeah, it was a slow stop because the rear right was a little bit later. Oh, hi, Nigel. All right, next pit stop for Gabriele Mini, our championship leader, if you would. Of course, he's not exactly in the lead, but he is tied on points with Tsolov. So, yeah, Mini is one of those on the ultimate strategy. He's going to drop back, but then the question is, how much is he going to be able to overtake in the final stages? We also had Cage Shields. He was the last of the runners who started on the ultimate strategy. All right, Mini emerges along with it. Proofs that massive lockup already. Oh, that's not going to be great for Mini's tires. Mini will now have to have that lockup, that flat spot on his tire for the remainder of the race. Another 5 laps. 5? What am I saying? 7. So yeah, Mini is down to 12. Let's see where he is after everyone else has stopped. The Mini does want to overtake some people. He has Intrafufsak now right ahead of him. Of course, Intrafufsak only got past because Intrafufsak has the tires warmed up. But I do think Mini should be able to get past again. He's only, like, it's only a second. Dirksen is now into the pits. So the gap between Villagomez and Tsolov is 27 seconds. Maini is 30.5. Maini has dropped back significantly. And Dunne is 32 seconds behind Villagomez. I think Villagomez has a good stop. He will emerge ahead of Dunne, maybe ahead of Maini even. But even if he's slightly behind Maini, he should be able to warm up the tires, get past. All right, Dirksen is dropping back now because, of course, he's made a split stop. Where does Dirksen emerge? There, behind Belinsky. And Dirksen is slow now because he has cold tires. So Intrafufsak goes past and Mini goes past. See, this is what would really help Mini getting a lap early because also Dirksen is going to get passed by Barone, who's on warmed up tires. Yeah, there you go. Dirksen loses another place. And Mini now goes past Intrafufsak because now Mini's soft tires are warmed up. So it does take like a full lap. Villagomez is being called in. This is important. This is the most important pit stop of the race so far. Let's see. Tsolov is 26.6 behind. Tsolov will be ahead of Villagomez. But then Maini and Dunne are the question. Can we see the pit stop, please? Villagomez is in the pits. Race director, nothing is happening on track. Let's see the pit stop. We're not seeing the pit stop. Oh, there we are. Okay. Okay, stop. Yeah. Okay. So Villagomez has made a stop. Onto the softs. Boya is also making a stop. The only drivers who haven't made their stop yet, who are yet to come in, are Leon and Goethe. They're the two lead drivers at the moment. So let's see. Villagomez comes out of the pits behind Maini, and then he is technically ahead of Dunne, but of course Dunne has warmed up tires. So Dunne is ahead, but only just. It will take a lap now for Villagomez's tires to warm up. Camara is probably going to take it as well. Camara on warmed up tires goes to the inside and takes him. Does he? Yeah, Camara does take him at the moment, but that's not going to be much of an issue, I think. So Villagomez has ahead of him Camara, Dunne, Maini, and Tsolov if he wants to win this race. He has 5 laps to do so. 1 lap you can eliminate. Villagomez will have 4 laps to get the win. Oof, that's tight. That's very tight. So Leon and Goethe are the only two to make their stop. So they're not. And Leon makes a stop now. Let's see if Goethe also goes in or continues. But Leon is making a stop. Goethe seems to continue. Yeah, Goethe continues 1 more lap at least until he makes a stop. All right, Villagomez has now done a full lap on his new softs. He has a bit of a gap to Camara, but the idea is Villagomez is looking at the podium. He should be able to clear Camara before the end of the race, and then potentially Dunne as well. And then he has a podium. If he clears Dunne, that's a podium. Tsolov passes Goethe on track. Tsolov has now taken the outright lead without even needing Goethe to make a pit stop. All right, let's see. This is Dirksen right behind into Puvasak. We're not seeing it because we're seeing Mini behind Belinsky. By the way, Mini has actually benefited from the entire pit stop sequence because he's up to eighth. He's looking at seventh. Goethe is yet to pit. That will be sixth then. So in that regard, Mini has actually executed his plan quite well because, he started in 10th and he was down to 12th. Villa Gomez takes Camara. Does he? Does he? Yeah, he does. All right, Boya is under investigation for speeding in the pit lane. Mini takes seventh from Belinsky. Let's see, Goethe still continues. Goethe is going to come in the next lap. He has to come in the next lap. He is just hoping on a safety car, but I don't think that's happening. But this is where it's at. The final laps. This is what it's coming down to, right? Right, Villa Gomez right behind Alex Dunne now. This is for the podium. Yeah, this is done, as you would say. There you go, Villa Gomez with the DRS on the inside of Dunne, and that is a podium. And we have a 5-second penalty for Mari Boya, who's in the pit lane. Whereas Boya in 15th, it's pretty instant. So Villa Gomez is now in the podium positions. What is his gap? He has a second to Maini. So Villa Gomez is realistically looking at second place. I don't think he's going to catch Tsolov. That is 5 seconds. There's no way that he's going to be able to make up 5 seconds because there are only 2 more laps remaining after this one. There we have Tsolov ahead of Goethe. Goethe is going to drop back right now because he's going to make his pit stop in there. They have Maini and Villa Gomez. It will take second place. That's inevitable, I feel. Wait, Goethe continues? Oh, no, there he goes. Okay. Goethe is in the pit now. That is your final pit stop off the field. He's the only one who had to make a pit stop. See, Villa Gomez is extremely close here. This has to be done already. I think Villa Gomez is just waiting for the deal. The thing, though, is, yeah, like, Villa Gomez to the inside. That's, yeah, there you go. That's done. Oh, there's some debris on the track there. Corner is that club? But yeah, Tsolov has won this race. That's done. And what a weekend for Tsolov. He won the sprint race yesterday, and now he's about to win the feature race. Excellent weekend from Tsolov. He is the driver to look out for next year in regards to Formula One, right? Oh boy, second Verone touched. Well, I think this is the race order. Then this has to be it. Tsolov wins ahead of Gomez, ahead of Maini, ahead of Dunne, Camara, and then Mini. Mini actually a pretty decent recovery drive, starting in 10th, going to finish 6th, as long as he keeps it ahead of Belinsky. Belinsky is within a second, but I don't think it's going to realistically pass. But you never know. See, Leon, by the way, of course, has made his stop late, so Leon is on. Ooh, Leon might actually attack Belinsky in the final lap. We are on the final lap of this Formula 2 feature race. Tsolov is going to win ahead of Viego and ahead of Maini. Pretty sure that's the way that is going to go. Oh boy, they went over the debris there. You just hope that they don't get a puncture all of a sudden. But let's see, Leon is attacking for seventh, and he's on the outside. Belinsky defends well here. Oh, big log up for Belinsky, and that will give the place to Leon. Yeah, that's done. All right, Leon into seventh on the final lap. What a weekend for Tsolov. Seriously, won the sprint and wins the feature. Tsolov wins the feature race. Very well done. Villa Gomez in second, Maini in third, Dunne, Camara, and then Mini right ahead of Leon. Leon pushed for it, but Leon seventh, Belinsky eighth, Dirksen ninth. We yet to get into Puvasek. There he is. And Puvasek finishes 10th. That is your top 10 in this Formula 2 feature race. Wow. Tsolov, that was a statement from Tsolov for sure. Very impressive. So that will do it for me for Formula 2 right now. I will be back in roughly 2.5 hours for Formula 1, the Formula 1 British Grand Prix. It's going to be something. I just hope it's not going to be as much yo-yoing as we had yesterday because the pass repass, I'm kind of done with that. But we'll see how that goes. But this was fun. Formula 2 was fun. Formula 3 was fun. So if you joined me, thank you for joining me. This was fun. I'm saying that a lot. Please leave a like on the video if you haven't already. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to be here whenever I go live for these watch-alongs, because I go live for every single Formula 3, Formula 2, and Formula 1 watch-along that I can be live for. So that's that. I will see you in 2.5 hours for the British Grand Prix. And until then, take care.